Good day, everybody, it's Max, and welcome back to Icarus Explorer, that's right. And in this mission, we're going to do Strange Harvest Bioresearch. Now, we've actually done that as episode 3, but in this case, of course, back in episode 3, we did this whole setup, we built a love shack, we hung out, made all the weapons and the things, and then we went off and did the 3 spots. In this case, we're speedrunning this one. We're in at 6 a.m., we're out by lunchtime. So let's get in there, let's get down, let's find these 3 flowers, and let's get out. Okay, so today's mission, of course, is Strange Harvest Bioresearch. Now, this is the one that we actually did in episode 3. And, of course, this is where we're going to find the 3 plants and then get out. But in episode 3, of course, we did this whole base and blah, blah, blah. But this time, it's a speed run. We're here for a good time, not a long time. We're going to hit the ground at 6 a.m. I plan to be out of there by 12. And with a little bit of luck, we'll actually be out of there before 11. Now, I do want to talk about a second about doing a speed run in Icarus. Unlike a speed run in another game where, if you die, right? Let's take a Factorio speed run. You're doing a Factorio speed run, you die, well, you keep going, right? You would keep going. Or whatever. You're going to have to do the same here. You got to keep going, right? Now, this mission, I'm gonna scale this from 1 to 4 in terms of toughness. When it comes to doing a speed run for the Strange Harvest Bioresearch, if you have 0 equipment and 0 protection, it could be a 2. All right. You do need to be able to kill a wolf with a stone knife. So you got to have a few talents in your tree, and you got to have a few things going on with your settings, right? If you can kill a wolf with a stone knife, and you feel fairly confident in doing that, then it's a 2. If you've gotten yourself some extra equipment after that, then this is definitely just a 1, right? It's an easy speed run to do. Gives you a quick $75, and you smile to the bank and you do it again. So in this particular case, the trick is if you die, don't panic. You still got lots of time in the day. It only takes 4 hours to run all the way to do all 3 of these flowers. And so let's say you die after doing the first flower due to a bear. Okay, because one thing about being in an early level or a low level is even I still die to bears, right, with a stone knife if they're a high level, like if it's a level 70 bear. A level 14 bear, I can take a level 14 bear with a stone knife, right? Level 70 bear, no, you ain't taking that. All right, he's going to get you. And so I want to say is don't panic, fight the bear, right, or run to where you're going as quickly as you can. But when you die, don't panic. You're going to pop up next to your ship. Just go back, get your stuff, and then continue on with the run. Don't worry about dying too much. We're gonna have a look at that, but let's get in there now. Let's actually get this run started. So we're gonna select this character, of course. We want to get this run up and running, and we're gonna go to new prospect, and of course, this is gonna be Strange Harvest Bioresearch. Let's see what he's got to say about it, and then we'll jump in and do it.
So, you heard of Cenotai? Or you wouldn't be here. One of their bot satellites detected unusual biopatterning, and their xeno research arms got curious. They want samples. This one ain't gonna be easy, though. Some wild territory they're sending you to. It's up to you.
Yeah, okay. First of all, this has a 2 skull difficulty. It should only have a 1. And the next bioresearch I do should actually only has a 1 skull difficulty, and it definitely should have a 2. So they're kind of backwards. This is only a 1 skull difficulty. We're going to claim that prospect. We're going to get going. I've got a lot of extra armor and gear and things, but this you can do this at a low level. You don't need all this extra gear. You know what? Just to prove that, I am going to leave the extra gear behind. That's how confident I am. Look at that. We're going to leave all this extra gear behind. The only thing I will take with me is my 2 speed modules, just to kind of set things apart, just kind of move a little faster throughout the whole thing. But I'm leaving all my fancy gear behind. We'll confirm the layout. I'll see you in there. Okay, we're coming in hot like we always do. And of course, I'm just going to put my speed modules on. Now, again, if you don't have speed modules, no big deal. You still get the sprint, okay? This just makes me go 10% faster, right? That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing with that. And, you know, I'm just letting the rocket get down. Boom. There we are. All right.
Okay. Cenotai are good friends to have. And they got more money than God. They've also got some of the only decent scanning tech in orbit. Their bots have identified unusual growth patterns emerging in part of the Terra Zone. The first area they want investigated is marked on the map. So, get to the zones and track down the samples and bring them back upstairs. The rest's on you. Good luck, friend.
Thanks, Saul. All right. So it is very early morning when you land. It is 6:10 when you land. And that does make it dark down here. So you'll notice it is very dark. I am used to doing this speed run, so I know where I am and, you know, the whole 9 yards. But basically, when you land here, you're going to land at the Donut Lake at L12. This is Donut Lake at L12, and it will always land you either on this side of the rocks or right here on this side of the rocks. Now, this point right here, if you've watched any of my playthroughs, is always where I build the Love Shack. Almost all my missions are around Lake L12, and I always build the Love Shack out here on this little point. So this is why I know the area so good, but in this particular case, you'll always start in L12, and we want to head over to that point. And the reason is, of course, is that it's a good starting point, and here it is right there in front of us. So there's the point. Of course, I'm making my way over. I'm looking for twigs. I'm looking for leaves. I'm looking for the rocks. We're also keeping an eye out for a couple pieces of fruit. Berries are always good. We know there's 2 berry bushes here, so we're going to definitely grab those. And, of course, we're making our way over here. Here's the second set of berry bushes. Now, because I started over on that side of the trees, I happen to know there's a few extra berry bushes over there. So first thing we're going to craft, of course, is our standard rock pick, right? Because I am playing this as if I got nothing, right? I mean, I literally threw out all the things, right? I left all the stuff back home. So I gotta get me enough rock, right? So I'm gonna get me about 35 rock here. Yep. Pick away, dude. Pick away. There you go. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All right, so there's about 35. Okay, so now we're going to make ourselves an axe, a knife, a bow, and about 15 arrows, you know, give or take. Now, why would I make an axe? Well, that's because if you've never run into the sticky tree problem, well, congratulations for you. But if you have, you know why you've got an axe. Because the sticky tree problem means you get stuck in a tree, and the only way to get out of it is to chop the tree down. So, of course, that's why we have the axe. We shouldn't use it, but it's just what it is. Now, I came up through that clearing. There's 2 pumpkins there, and then in this clearing here, there happens to be not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 watermelons, and we want those. We're going to switch over. We're going to have one of those watermelons. We're going to have 2 of these berries, and we're going to put that pumpkin down here for a little later. Now we need ourselves 1 animal. Hey, hello, how are you? Oh, wolf. I'll take a wolf. Wolf's just as good. Wolf's even better. Yep, if you would just die for me, thank you. Awesome. Now, the reason we're taking the wolf is not for the meat, and not for the fur either. Actually, it's for the leather and the bones. Now, that's because if we have to make a suture kit, you need bones and leather to do so. So there's usually 2 pumpkins right behind here. Now, if I turn around, you'll notice there's like a path right here. So we came up from the water. We came up here. We picked up our melons and stuff. Came over here to this pile of rocks, and now there looks like there's like a clearing in the woods. This should be your clue, right? This is where we want to go. So we're going to run down here, and hopefully there's nothing bad. We don't, because, you know, I mean, this is a speed run. I'm not timing this one or anything like that. But, you know, we're still speed running this. Now, sometimes if you get real lucky and you're not too far down, you'll run into these extra pumpkins. You should pick them up. Pumpkins, squash, and carrots. What do they do for you? They give you 60 extra seconds of 10% health. So if we take a pumpkin here, you now notice I got the counter in the bottom left-hand corner saying that for the next 60 seconds, I got 10% extra health. And of course, we're going to pick up berries en route because, of course, berries are going to be two things. One, they add to our stamina count. And two, they provide water because we're not stopping. We could stop at lakes and stuff for water, but I won't. I won't be doing any of that. The watermelon, of course, is our other source for stamina, for the stamina bar. And, of course, that's what we're doing with that as well. So we're just going through here, grabbing a few things. Notice I am staying to the right. I am staying along the right edge of the rock. Coming down through K12, I am staying to the right. And I will stay to the right all the way down to Flower Alpha. Okay? And so, of course, we're going to run across here. It's all good. Hey, Mr. Deer, what are you up to? Not much. Listen, let me know if you see any bears. Bears are bad. Right? Bears are never good, no matter what you do. Now, there's a few times we like to take pumpkins on this run. And that is in the two... I should let that stamina charge up. And that is in the two skinny zones. And this is one of our, well, there's actually 3 or 4 skinny zones. This is the first skinny zone. So we're going to kind of come up here. We're going to let this recharge. We're going to take a pumpkin, make sure we're charged up on that. And I'm actually going to take a couple more of that stuff just to make sure we're charged up. And then I'm going to run around. I will always take pumpkin in the skinny zones, as I call them. These are thin areas of terrain. Right, so it's very close to the other side of the wall there, where bears could possibly be here, right? Now again, I mean, if you're a low level, you're probably not going to survive a bear attack. It is what it is. But we'll get back to that now because I've run all the way down here, and it looks like I've run into a little bit of an inlet, where of course we are now going to actually pick up oxite. Because you'll notice my O2 has been going down this entire time. I have not picked up any oxite for breathing. And so basically, this is where I will stop to pick up oxite. Now, these 3 ores up here are random. They're always random. You never know what you're going to get, all right? Sometimes you get 3 oxite. Sometimes you only get 1 oxite. Sometimes you don't get any oxite. And if you don't get any oxite, then chances are you're going to have to make a stop somewhere else on your run. But I like to try and make a stop here because, one, it's a little bit protective up here on this peak because there's not usually any animals up here. And 2, right after you're done, now you're ready to go. So now we're looking to have a look here. This is our next skinny area. So, of course, we're going to take a pumpkin. We're going to get down here, and you're going to parkour this, doing this way, and then down this way, and you're going to run off. And we're ready here again. You betcha. And again, we're sticking to the right-hand side of this terrain, of this path on the way down. You don't have to stay right up against the rock wall all the time, but at the same time, don't be too far away from it either, right? Bears hide in woods. Woods are bad. Bears hide there, right? So when you got a little distance between you and the woods, we like to do that, right? Now, this is a place where it would run out. That's no surprise. Now, we do have 3 pumpkins coming up here, so we want to keep an eye out for them. Here they are, so we're going to take these. 1, 2, 3. Now, don't panic if you don't get every pumpkin that you're seeing on this run, okay? Sometimes I grab them, sometimes I don't. And right now, I do have a fair amount of pumpkin. So, yeah, like I got 11 pumpkin going on at the moment. I'm going to take a couple more of my berries, right? Because every time I go in there and I take a couple of berries, it's topping up the water. So that's what we're doing. This was another skinny area. That's why we took the pumpkin. But now is the other reason we take the pumpkin. We take this carrot. You don't need the carrot. Take these 2 pumpkin. Again, you probably don't need them. And now we're going to run this. This is probably one of the more dangerous sections. And that's because there's a lot of tree here, right? And tree equals bears. Bears equals bad. So, you know, we don't like bears. Oh, see? Hear the bear? Do you hear him? I heard him. Well, now, it could be a buffalo, but chances are it's probably a bear. I would not be surprised. Okay, so this is where we want to be. I'm going to bring up the map here in a second. All right. down here. Now, it's actually good to be down here. You could use, by the way, take a drink of water down here. There's nothing wrong with taking water. I just don't usually bother. I'm usually too busy running. This is our first flower. I'll show it to you on the map. Zoom. So we left the rocket and then came down the right-hand side all the way down to this circle down here, J14, and our first flower is right here. Now, see, it's giving us the alert on the left. You don't want to be near this thing. As soon as you see the F, hit it and turn. So I hit it and I turn, and the reason is that that flower is poisonous, and of course we don't want the poison trait. So as soon as we get the F, we turn around, we take off. Now we're gonna run up here a little bit to this rock, and of course we come back to the woods. So before we hit into the woods, we're gonna take another pumpkin. All right, this gives us 60 seconds to get through these woods. Hopefully we don't run into a bear. Okay, so that I like seeing the buffalo. Usually when you see a buffalo, there isn't any bears around, right? I don't know if that's a game spawn mechanic. Oh, I'm caught in a tree. That's not good. I don't know if that's a game mechanic where it spawns a buffalo and or a bear. So I like seeing buffalo. Buffalo always make me happy. Okay, so I run up onto this peak, right? And we like running up onto peaks because then that gives us the high ground. And we're having a look here while we recharge. Before the recharge is totally done, we start working our way down. We don't see any bears, so we're good. Now, this is a big bear zone right here. This is a big bear zone. If there's a bear to show up, it's going to be here. And I hate to say it, but he's almost always level 70, and he almost always will kill you. Even in your mid-tier section. Unless you've got all the armor and the best knives and all the things, it's just going to be messy. All right, so I've stopped here. I'm going to hide behind this rock. I'm going to take my pumpkin, take a couple of these. Yep. I'm going to take a quick look around. I don't see any bears, so we're going to take a run for it. Again, I'm staying to the edge. Now that we're running back up the map, right? We're going to take a quick stop here. Don't see any bears, so we're going to make a dash for it. And looks good. There is a melon down there. I usually skip that one, though. I'll take these two. And I missed that one, but it doesn't matter. And you know why? Because we're about to run into a melon-friendly zone. All right? So, now the nice part about this is that once you just get right up here, we're getting closer to the second flower. And once you get up here, there's usually no animals from here on out. Right? Well, until we come back down. Right? So, okay, we've made it up here. Now, there's usually no animals past this point. So let's have a look at this. Here is our second zone. So we came down here on this edge, all the way down to the first flower. We're now working our way back up this side of the edge into this little snow section. And, of course, the flower is just right up here. So, of course, we'll run up here. 10:21 in the morning. So remember, we landed at 6 a.m., of course, it's now 10:22 a.m., but that's all right. We're going to run up here, and just around this little turn, you're going to get a berry bush, take a freebie, and there's our flower. We're going to hit the F and run as soon as we get it. There we go. So we got the F, we hit the F, took the F, got out. Okay, there are some carrots here if you're a carrot lover. That's fine. Carrots, again, carrots, squash, and pumpkin all do the same thing. They will give you 60-second 10% health boost. We have 3-4 melons here, and we have 5 pumpkin here. Now, this will be the last time I even bother stopping for pumpkin or anything. But again, I now got 16 pumpkin. I'm not even going to use 5 for the rest of this run. I will just, I mean, you know, we are so overloaded. So this is why you don't need to have all the pumpkin. You just need to have enough of the pumpkin. Right? So if you find, just pick up what you can when you find along the way, and once you get to about, once you think you've picked up about 15, chances are you're basically done. Now, in this particular case, we come up here to the edge. There's a nice little drop off here. This allows us to look for bears. We like looking for bears. I don't see any bears. In fact, I don't see anything. That makes me a little worried, actually. I usually like to see a wolf or something. We're going to come down here and just jot straight across. Okay, we see a buffalo. That makes me happy. I like seeing the buffalo because buffalo means bears are usually not around. So you'll see I just passed that watermelon. Not worried about it. We got more than enough to finish this mission off. Get through this speed run. Not even worry about them berries. Now, I got a bad habit when I'm doing speed running. I'll still pick it all up. I just do. I keep picking up all the berries and all the things, and I'll usually end up with a run with like 40 extra melons and way too many berries. But that's all right. So now we're actually back on the original side that we came down on. Once you've gotten your second flower, we cross that open section. Just because the third flower is on this side again. And then, of course, we can run down to the ship. So that is why we came back across to this side of the mountain map. So that is what we're doing. We're now running back up against this edge. And as you can see, third flower is back at L12. So, of course, this is why we're doing that. The other thing is that, of course, we have a nice little crossing here. We can just do it like so. Everything is great. And, oh, yeah, get out of my way, tree. And that is the other thing. That's why I tend to keep hitting F a lot. Even though I'm not really trying to pick up the berries and things. Things like twigs, trees, things like that will get in your way. And they'll slow down your run, right? So in this particular case, we're moving through. Yeah. Keep on going, dude. This is all good. Yeah, this is a relatively peaceful run. Again, if we'd had a bear, and we still might hit a bear. If we hit a bear, if the bear kills us, what would I do? I would pick up enough rock to get a pick and a knife only. Okay? And then go get my stuff and continue the run, right from where I left off. So in this case, we do have a weather event coming in. A weather event usually will happen just after 11 o'clock. So if you're still in the run by around 11 a.m., you do get a weather event. But we're here at the third flower, so I'll continue in a second. Because Saul's going to say, hey, you're a great guy. All right.
That's everything.
It is.
You did it.
I know.
And lived to tell the tale.
I did.
Which is more than a lot of folk can say.
I know.
Because they're dead.
Yes, they are. Now, I thought I did hear a bear, though. That's why I was a little nervous. So we're just headed back over to the ship. Right? The ship's right there. I'm right there. We're just heading back to the ship. Now, if you have a weather event, if you're in the middle of your run, and the first time you do this run, you're probably going to be mid-afternoon before you finish, so you're definitely going to probably run into this minor rain event. Of course, what you would do is you find yourself a really big rock, right? Like this one. It doesn't have to be super big, but it can't be one of the tiny ones. You do the crouch, right? And you dig into the rock, right? You do a crouch for stealth, and you dig into the rock and dig yourself a little cubby hole, right? And with a stone pick, this takes a few seconds, right? So, you know, I'm just demonstrating this. Make sure you clean out the lip edge. Get out of my way, plant. I'm demonstrating. Yeah, clean out the edge and then crawl into the hidey hole. That's it. You're safe, and you can stay in here until the storm passes. Now, in this particular case, though, because I'm already, we're literally here at the ship. We're gonna blast off. We're gonna get out of here. Hey, look at that! Like I said, we landed for breakfast. We're taking off before lunch. It's all good. We're just gonna jump down here, jump down to the bridge. Yep, there we go. Hey, there's the ship. We're out. So, in this particular case, that is basically the speed run for the bioharvest. And so, of course, let's hit the F. Looks like we don't need anything here. I didn't bring anything along with me anyway. We hit yes, take off. Let me turn the sound down. Yeah, that way it doesn't take your ears off. There you go. Objective complete. We're done. So, all in all, now, I mean, I did not fully speed run this as if I was running it full blast. If you were kind of speed running it, this would be about 15 minutes, right? You would do your 15 minutes, you're done, right? Again, sometimes you may die, okay? That's going to happen. Don't panic. Collect enough rock to make a pick and a new knife, and then equip the knife. Don't worry about berries and things, right? If you can pick up a few extra berries en route to your body bag, then do that. But otherwise, don't panic about it because you've already been picking this stuff up. It's going to be in your body bag anyway. Just pick up the stuff, follow the path down, pick up your body bag, all right? And then continue the run. Yeah, your time on the run is done, right? And yeah, now your mission's probably going to run 20, 25 minutes, but you're still going to get the money and you're still going to get done and you're still going to get it out of there way before it gets way too dark. In fact, there was one mission when I was doing it earlier. I died 3 times. I had 4 bears. Died 3 times. I mean, it was a hard run. It was a hard run. I was still done by 3 in the afternoon, right? It just didn't matter. Don't lose your cool. Just every time you die, make yourself a stone pick, make yourself a stone knife, and then go pick up your body bag, and then just continue the run. So with that, I'm Max. This, of course, is Icarus Explorer, and this is the speed run for this mission. And, of course, the speed run for Strange Harvest Bioresearch. And with that, I take my $50 and I'm good to go. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.